Not so soft life money. Today we're going to talk about making money or how I make money as a busy stay at home mom who also homeschools my kids. And surprisingly, it's helped me on this healing journey and emotional intelligence. So let's talk about making money. So I don't know if you watched my last video where I shared with you how, yes, I am a licensed registered nurse. And then I rediscovered my passion for sewing. It reignited during the pandemic. And there was a choice I had one day where I was offered to come in for some extra money for a nursing shift, but I'd already scheduled one of my first markets when I was doing markets early on, and I ultimately bet on myself, and I made more money making headbands and other things for myself, mostly headbands though. But anyways, I made more money with my own business than I would have during that shift, and that's just what kept me sewing and going to markets and just learning so much along the way. Like I've also learned that I am what you would call, I guess, a full sun plant most days anyway. And I've just learned, that's why I said healing journey, more about myself doing this, being more creative, making my own money, meeting new people at markets, and things like that have just been like breath of fresh air to my soul and my spirit than the other setting that I was in. I respect the hard work that I put in for becoming a nurse, and I respect nurses. They're doing an incredible job. Just learned that maybe if I was a plant, my leaves were wilting, so to speak, indoors all the time with the topics and just things that I was experiencing. So, anyways, this is how I've been able to make some money on the side as a stay-at-home mom who homeschools. And we're just gonna get ready today. So I've got some markets this summer. I really don't do a lot of markets in the summertime. Number one, because I live in Texas and it is hot during the summertime. So well, markets are a great thing, and I don't know where you live, they might be able, climate wise, tolerable all year long. Not to say we don't have markets year round here in Texas. You can pretty much find a market every Saturday, and that's what makes them so great. You can, like for me, it's flexible. Like I said, I'm a stay at home mom, but I homeschool my kids. We've got sports and all the kind of things going on. And so I can sew when I need to, morning, noon, or night. My kids are able to come with me. They're able to learn about money, talking to people, and just seeing a whole different side of life. So you can definitely make it work. And you have the opportunity to make money whenever you want to. It's not so much about money for me though, but you need money. Like money makes the world go round. So if I have an option to make money, I just have, there's different kind of ways that you can do that. So, anyways, I've got some markets coming up, like I was saying, this summer, and we're just gonna get to work and prep some inventory. I normally do this. So here's the thing. I like to have a minimum of 100 items with me when I go to markets. I do primarily, or like my first thing that I would make before was my headbands. And so that's where majority of my inventory comes from. But I also do pet bandanas, I do bows, I do some tote cozies, like whatever that I can create. I'm like a multi, what do you call it? I see people calling it multitasking. No, multi-spirited. No, I don't know. Whatever. Just a multi-person. So I've got a lot of things that I hand make, sew and sell at markets. Um, but yeah, I like to have at least 100 items, or more for sure when I go to markets. So we're getting ready for a couple of markets this summer. They're only a couple of weeks apart, and you can honestly do a market every single Saturday. It's gonna generate you a lot of income if you do that. But just for me, it's summertime. We're gonna take some time off. We're gonna do some summer vacations and things like that. So, I do spend a large part of the summer though devoting, I don't know, I would say maybe 4 to 6 hours, some weeks more, some weeks less, working on inventory because my busy season starts in September and runs until right up until Christmas. So December, that's when I am the busiest. I sell the most. That's when I'm most active during markets. But anyways, it's still good no matter if I'm going to a lot of markets or not to work on inventory. And like I said, when it comes to emotional intelligence, and sewing, it just kind of came about. I just happened to be, I don't know, I don't even know where the thought came from. Oh, so I wanted to wear headbands and my head is sensitive. I don't know if I got a small head, a big head, or whatever the case may be. But anyways, picking ones out of the store just all willy-nilly hurt my temples. I can't wear them for more than honestly 5 to 7 minutes. So I started coming up with measurements and creating my own headbands, and I can wear my headband all day. I can sleep in my headband. So that's what got me into making them. And then people would ask me for like the headbands that I was wearing. And so I just would start selling them. I'm like, oh, one girl was like, I bought a headband from you, but my cousin took it. Now she's gone out of state again. So can you make me another one? And that kind of stuff. Like, so, I like the momentum. And that's honestly what got me into making them. And then I can't remember how I got into markets, but I'm glad I did. It's definitely something I would do, even if I wasn't a mom and I wasn't homeschooling. I would still find a way. It's kind of like, if I don't know if you've ever seen, oh, there's some movie where it's like, in each lifetime and every next lifetime I would choose you type of thing, and like in every next lifetime I would choose to bring my sewing machine because it brings me money and it brings me peace and happiness. And my peace and happiness is just something these days you cannot put a price tag on. But anyways, if you're interested in more details on like how to get into markets or what to sell, or anything related to selling and going to market, things like that, let me know down below in the comments. But bye for now.